Dorothy first. Dorothy?
Looking here.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can. How you doing?
Okay, good. I'm well, thank you. Great game. What did you enjoy most about the game, and how did you feel about your contribution?
I think, it was one of those trap games tonight. Obviously we got three important players out. One of those games where it could go either way. And there was a couple of stretches throughout the game where, we thought we could run away with the game and they, stayed around in the game. And that's what I really like about tonight, though, is the way we continue to execute, even through, there's a couple of times they had their runs. And we continue to execute. As far as my contributions, I just let the game come to me. I think, when that first shot went in, obviously I've been out for 48 hours. And, in this league, being out one day, you can feel that in your wind out there. So I was really focused a lot on how I would feel wind-wise. And the ball found me right when I got in. And it was a wide open shot. So I kind of just locked in and focused on my breathing, hit the shot. And I think once I hit that first one, I kind of just relaxed. So, I think teammates did a great job continuing feeding high hands tonight. Not just me. Tim had a great game. He had the best game tonight. And we're going to have to continue to build off games like this.
Eddie Sefko?
Hey, Trey. You've obviously been through the COVID thing, and can you kind of relate to what maybe your three teammates are going through right now? And have you talked to them or have any advice for them?
Yeah, I've been talking to all three via text, but I definitely can relate, man. As you all know, I was in the Virgin hotels, up the street in Dallas before the bubble for 25 to 30 days by myself, quarantining because I kept getting inconclusive results. It would come back negative, then it would be positive. And it's a real experience. It's a lot of isolation time, a lot of time you get to yourself. And I think that can go one or two ways as well. And that's just going to be my encouragement to, Jay Rich, JB, and Dodo, is that, try. I know it's tough. It's a tough time and it's unfortunate, but try to use this isolation time to, do some meditation, do some visualization, work on yourself, and you'll come back prepared. I think that's how I was able to come into the bubble prepared, because I try not to use that time. I tried to use that time as wisely as possible.
Chris Henderson?
All right, Trey. So tonight, obviously you were pretty much perfect tonight. And coming off the bench, can you talk about how important it is to be ready, to have that energy? Because you guys, pretty much in the third quarter when Orlando made the run, you guys came back in, some of the bench guys, and you guys just took over the game and got the game back going again. Can you talk about that and how it's important for you to be ready and come off the bench and being ready?
That's a great question, because this is definitely a challenge every time. Like you said, first half, I had a really good first half, but once the second half starts, that first half is gone. You know what I mean? And like you said, the first unit, who we are usually leaning on to bring the intensity, bring the energy to make that push, they were struggling a little bit at the time. Orlando had made their push, and we came in, and I think we picked the intensity up on defense, and I tried to pick up full court. And I think it's little things like that your teammates see, that they try to feed off, that we fed off of tonight. And our defense, our offense was basically, a result of our defense. We start putting a string of stops together, and things, start going our way.
Couple more. We'll go to Brad Townsend.
Yeah, Trey, you mentioned how tough it's going to be potentially for those guys who are going to be out. But I was wondering about you guys who are still carrying on as a team. When did you find out yesterday about that those three guys would have to be held back? And what was the mood like on the plane coming back?
Well, as you know, I was under the weather in Denver.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Nuggets, so I didn't make the trip. I had a workout yesterday, an individual workout, and Coach Pete was supposed to be working me out. So I get to the gym, and Pete wasn't there, and I'm like, what's going on? That's when I kind of, I don't know when the guys on the plane figured out, what was going on, but that's when I figured out that something unique had happened. And I got the news, around late last night, that we had, three guys who, had to go into protocol. And that's the nature of this league. You never know how things are going to go. You have to adjust. We have to adapt. This is all new for all of us. And we're going to try to work this thing out. But like I said, I'm going to try to encourage those three guys. I think we all are encouraging those three guys to, not be down on themselves and, to let them know that we're looking forward to them coming back.
Last question for Trey, Chuck Cooperstein. Coop.
So, Trey, did this take you back to 2013? You and Hardaway just basically going into Michigan State and tearing them up?
Yeah, it does. I think we got into a rhythm out there. But like I said, man, that's who we are. Every game has its own flavor. Tonight, Orlando, we know they're a team who really crowds the paint. When guys drive, we're gonna have a lot of perimeter shots. It's a KYP league. Every team is different. You got to figure out what teams is giving you what. Next we have New Orleans, so we go home, do our homework on them, and try to have the same result with the win.
All right. Thank you, Trey. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. Yep. All right.
Hey, Tim, in that third quarter there, went for 16 of your 36 points in that quarter there. In the first 6 minutes, only scored 3 points. That last 5 minutes, 58 seconds, scored 26 points. Can you walk us through that momentum swing in the third quarter and how you were able to get your game going, especially from the three-point line?
I think it was just coming out of the timeout, man. It's just something about seeing one of those shots going in and feeling the rhythm of the game. And when that mid-range jumper went down, coming off that screen, I kind of already knew that I had it rolling. I just need to see one go in that third quarter, and from that point on, the ball was just rolling.
Okay, Davide.
Hey team, congratulations for the win and the way you play. You have changing roles. You were coming off the bench in the last few games. You're now starting. How can you keep giving your contribution, given the difference that coming off the bench and starting is?
Yeah, I mean, if you're just looking at it, I'm going to play probably close to the minutes that I'm playing, regardless, coming off the bench or starting. My job right now is just to be an energy giver, not an energy drainer, and I'm just doing whatever is best for the team right now at this point. And when I go out there, just try to compete the whole entire time and encourage the guys, encourage my teammates, encourage my brothers, to go out there and play hard, play together, and when your number is called, just give maximum effort.
Okay, Mark Followell.
Hey, Tim, as you know, things can change quickly in a week in this league. Last weekend, you guys started off a road trip stumbling in Chicago to go to 2-4, and then, big wins over good teams in Houston, Denver, and Orlando in the span of a week. What do you feel like has changed for how the teams played over the course of the last week, the last 3 games?
Like I said, previous game, stuff's going to take time. And the quicker, whichever team figures everything out the quickest is going to find themselves in the postseason feeling good about themselves. So right now, I think we're just trying to get our groove right now. And, unfortunately, the 3 guys that are back in Denver, they're back there in protocol. But, at the same time, it's next man up. And those guys encourage that. And those are locker room guys and teammates that, that care. So, this one was definitely for them.
All right, one more, Eddie Sefko.
Hey, Tim, you mentioned those 3 guys. What was the emotions like for you guys when you got on the plane? Did you already know about it? And what was it like trying to process all of that information?
It just felt different. The mood felt different. It just didn't feel like the plane was full. It felt like you were missing something. And going back, coming back home to Dallas, now with everybody on the plane, it kind of sucked. And just right now, that's the nature of the business, unfortunately for now. And you guys got to deal with it. Like I said, next man up, and we can't wait to have those guys back. But right now, we're going to make sure we hold down the fort for them and continue to do what we do best.
All right. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.